Hey man, come here. I know you don't know me and you just met me, but got a great investment opportunity for you. You give me $1,000 cash and every day I'm gonna mail you a little bit of money. At the end of 90 days, you're gonna have $2,000. Get this, if you get some of your friends to give me $1,000, I'll do the same thing for them and I'll give you kickbacks. Now, I can't tell you who I am, what my name is, where I'm from, or even really how to contact me, but I promise you'll get that money. If that offer sounded appealing, then this video is for you. Hello everyone, I am Ben with the BTC Sessions. I'm here near 4th Street in Calgary, Alberta, checking out the 4th Street Lilac Festival. And today, unfortunately, I am talking about something called Gladiacoin. I've really been struggling and trying to think through how I was gonna lay out this video for this past week here. And my main concern was I didn't want to tell people what to do with their money, but I also wanted to warn people and prevent them from potentially losing money. So what I've settled on is I'm going to look at the website in question here, and I'm going to just objectively talk through the information that is provided and give two possibilities of what this site could be. I think that if I just tell people what to do, yeah, they may follow my advice and avoid losing some money, but they also aren't thinking objectively for themselves. And hopefully this can assist either yourself or friends or family that might be looking at Gladiacoin and help them for the future, that if other sites like this pop up, they can look at it objectively and really think about if the venture is legitimate or not. So what is Gladiacoin? Well, they have a website, and you can go to this website and they offer different packages that you can deposit Bitcoin into and receive incentives. The majority of these packages essentially promise that you will double your Bitcoin in 90 days. And there are just different levels based on how much Bitcoin you put into it. There are also kickbacks for referring other people. So that means if you have money in Gladiacoin and you bring other people to the platform, they offer you percentage gains on those other people that you have brought in, and those can range from, I believe, 6 to 15% or more on top of you doubling your money. Who made this website? Where are they from? How do you contact them? Well, you don't know. There is no contact information provided on this website whatsoever. In one part of the rundown, they do say that they're located in Singapore, though no specific address or company name is really given. And even if you go so far as to look up the domain name, who registered it, all of that information was kept entirely private. So you have no idea who even registered the website. And I'll leave that up to you whether or not you think that is a red flag. But essentially you have nobody to contact other than just going to the website. How do they say that they make this money? On the website, they say that they are able to make this money through something called arbitrage. And what this means is if you are on a Bitcoin exchange and there is a price difference between that Bitcoin exchange and the other. So on one, Bitcoin is 2,500 and on the other, Bitcoin is 2,400. What you could do is you could buy Bitcoin on one exchange for 2,400. You could send that Bitcoin to the other exchange and then sell that Bitcoin for 2,500, essentially making $100 in profit. Or you don't even have to sell the whole Bitcoin. You could sell the $100 of profit, send it back over to the other exchange, buy more Bitcoin, and you could do that all day. The website also states that everything is run over a blockchain. They don't specify which, so that it is public and auditable. And they say that that is accessible through the back end in your account. There is no link to an actual blockchain that you can access, no public blockchain. All you actually really see is the information provided on the website. So what I'd like to do now is take an objective look at the information that has been provided via the website and just kind of think through whether everything said on the website is truthful or if it needs further investigation. First, let's take a look at the method that Gladiacoin says it's using to realize these kinds of gains. Now they claim arbitrage, and in the example they show they give the example of two US exchanges and there being $100 difference between the two. And if that was the case, then yeah, absolutely, you could make a ton of money just swapping between these exchanges. However, the spread between different exchanges in the US is often not as large as their example. I looked today and there's a difference of maybe $6 or $7 between exchanges, between Coinbase and Gemini, which are two of the larger exchanges in the US. But if you look at international exchanges, there is a spread of $100 or more. That is 100% true. However, you need to think about the process of arbitrage. If you bought Bitcoin in the US, so you used US dollars and bought Bitcoin on Coinbase or Gemini. Now, if Bitcoin is more expensive in another country, technically you could then send that Bitcoin to another exchange in another country and then sell it at a profit. But that means you're selling the Bitcoin for a different currency. So what do you then do with that different currency? Say you sold it in China and you got your money out in Chinese yuan. What do you then do with your Chinese yuan? In order to get it back to the US and buy more Bitcoin there and do the same process over again, you have to convert that Chinese yuan back into US dollars. And with that comes a cost and waiting times. So you have to convert Chinese yuan to US dollars. You'd be paying fees for that. You then have to send those US dollars internationally back to the United States, which also incurs fees. And you are now dealing with large wait times because remember, banking is not particularly fast when it comes to this kind of stuff. So you could be waiting days for that money to arrive back in the US. And if you're waiting days, that arbitrage opportunity, that change in price, that could disappear. So you're banking on the fact that that gap in the price is going to still be there by the time your money arrives back in the US. On top of this, you have to factor in the increasing fees with the Bitcoin network itself. So if the Bitcoin network gets busy, then timing is everything when it comes to arbitrage because, like I said, those opportunities can disappear. So if you're trying to quickly send transactions, then you're going to be spending large transaction fees to get everything there quickly, and that eats away from profits as well. Another thing to consider is the kinds of profits that Gladiacoin is claiming that they are making. So they are promising that they will give you double your money in 90 days. If you look at hedge funds and other funds around the planet with some of the best traders in the world, 96% of all hedge funds and mutual funds and basically market traders are incapable of beating the market year after year. Only 4% of funds actually meet or do better than the general stock market. So when you're looking at Gladiacoin, these guys would have to be some of the greatest arbitrage traders on the planet to get some of these returns that they're getting. Furthermore, with this doubling of your money, that's not even taking into account if they're taking a cut, which surely you would imagine that any company that has this kind of a great return would want to take a huge profit for themselves. Even if they were only taking, you know, half of the profits, that means they're tripling the money, which sure, sometimes an excellent trade can triple your money, but they've guaranteed it. Repeated gains for you of double. So Gladiacoin has guaranteed that you can double your money over and over and over again. And that sounds great until you start doing the math. So let's do some quick math here. Let's say you have $10,000 that you'd like to invest, and as Gladiacoin has promised, you're able to double your money every 90 days. And you just keep doing that until you're happy with the amount of money that you have. Let's see, year after year, how much money you will have made. 1 year, $10,000 turns into $160,000. 2 years, $10,000 has turned into $2,560,000. 3 years, $10,000 has turned into $40,960,000. 4 years, $10,000 has turned into $655,360,000. 5 years, $10,000 has turned into $10,485,760,000. I'm hoping you see a pattern here, and I don't want to put thoughts in your head, but to me, this doesn't necessarily sound sustainable. And what we're looking at is just a single person investing 4 Bitcoins and waiting 5 years, becoming a multi-billionaire. And this platform is offering this to anybody with $10,000. Now, the next question that this raises is, if this platform and these people that started it have such an incredible secret of investing that they can do this, why would they offer profits to other people? I mean, if they had $10,000 themselves, then essentially they could just, in 5 years, be billionaires and not have to pay out profits to anybody. Or, even if they didn't have $10,000 to throw around, they could get a loan or a credit card and just throw that into Bitcoin and do this arbitrage scheme here, and still have to pay out less than they're paying to all of the people that are signing up for Gladiacoin. Either way, they're essentially giving away a lot of money for free if this is indeed a real arbitrage opportunity that they're taking advantage of and not a Ponzi scheme. Now, what about the legality of something like this? Of course, Ponzi schemes themselves are illegal if this is a Ponzi scheme, but let's for a second assume it's not. On the website, they say that they use a binary system in order to pay people out, and that is the method in which you bring people on and then enjoy profits from the other people that they bring on, and so on and so forth. To have a system like this be legal in the United States, the company itself has to have profits coming from a marketable product and or service, of which Gladiacoin lists neither. So, looking at that, essentially Gladiacoin would be still illegal even if it is indeed doing what it says it does. And what about the people using Gladiacoin? Are they legally at fault? Now, if you're in Gladiacoin as an investor, you are allowed to put your money wherever you like. And if the thing goes under, you lose your money. If you make money, that's fine, it's yours. With that being said, If you are actively promoting Gladiacoin and it turns out to actually be a Ponzi scheme, you are now legally liable for having promoted a Ponzi scheme. The promoters that go out and sell this to other people and get people to put their money in and take kickbacks from that action are legally at fault. So I would advise caution if you're already involved in promoting Gladiacoin. It may be a time to take a step back. Now that we've objectively looked at the information provided and thought through it a little bit, let's play a quick game of either or. Either the people behind Gladiacoin are some of the best arbitrageurs on the planet that have found one of the best financial opportunities that really anybody out there has found, or this is a Ponzi scheme. Either the people at Gladiacoin are giving a huge percentage, if not all of their profits, to people that are putting money onto their website, or they're relying on new deposits to pay off previous investors to keep the Ponzi scheme going. Either anyone with $10,000 can go to Gladiacoin and become a billionaire in only 5 years, or at some point a lot of people are going to lose their money. Either you have your money in one of the best investments of the century, or you have your money in a ticking time bomb. And finally, for you promoters of Gladiacoin, either you have led friends, family, and strangers to the best investment of their life, or you are actively promoting what is quite possibly a Ponzi scheme that could lead to very real legal implications for yourself. I'd just like to finish this video by saying that I don't think everybody involved with Gladiacoin is malicious. I think that some people genuinely have seen dollar signs and it has clouded their judgment, and they've made some money on it and they've thought it's a great opportunity for others and therefore brought them to it. But there are also others that know very well this could very likely be a Ponzi scheme, and they've brought people to it as a way to make money. Some of the people that I know that have been involved with Gladiacoin are very nice people, and I think they may just have seen an opportunity and not realize that it may hurt people. And I encourage them to take a second look at it, but I'm not faulting people that may not have realized some of these issues that we talked about. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe, drop a tip if you're able to, and share this video, especially with those that may be on the fence about Gladiacoin. I will see you guys next time on the BTC sessions.
Cause it feels like